All right, Oklahoma, it is around 20 minutes after 8 on this Monday evening. Check out those temperatures this evening. Still relatively mild on this spring evening with temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80. Cool spots out to the east, 72 at Idabel, 70 over in Salisal. Got a little more moisture over there, keeping those temperatures down a bit, but everybody else pretty much in the upper 70s to near 80 over at Altus. And speaking of southwestern Oklahoma, let's check out the radar, because we have and we'll see this here, sure, the storm warning system here is about to, yep, there we go. We've got that severe thunderstorm warning there for southwestern Oklahoma. For this cell, it's moving in from the Texas Panhandle Renegade cell. It's still holding together, and we'll check out here. We can check out the hill. It's still got, yeah, about quarter size hill. And this will move into areas of southwestern Oklahoma, Harmon County, and that's where that warning is until 9 p.m. as it tracks off to the east. So again, expect some about 1-inch and a quarter diameter hail, 60-mile-an-hour gust as this continues to track off to the east. They will continue to weaken though as they get away from the dry line. I don't expect much in the way out of this evening, except pretty isolated to southwestern Oklahoma. So again, if you're out in that area, the primary thing to be concerned with would be, of course, some intense lightning and pockets of some 1-inch diameter hail and 60-mile-an-hour gust. Again, looking at hail tracker, we're talking about a pretty small area, and but we'll keep an eye on that over the next hour or so. Definitely could see some 60 mile-an-hour gusts with that too. That cell's still going over pretty good over by Memphis too. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I would expect them to weaken, especially given another hour or two. Elsewhere, we're going to be pretty much dry tonight. Okay, so let's take a look at that hour-by-hour forecast. It'll be 77 around 9 o'clock, down to 73 at 3 a.m., close to 68, and we'll bottom out in the lower 60s for Tuesday morning. We'll take a look at that school bus forecast. 64 at the bus stop, 75 around lunchtime for those kiddos for recess, and about 82 on the ride home, and we're going to keep it pretty much dry. I think we'll have renegade storms for Tuesday evening, but those will pretty much be out to the west. All right, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. Okay, so I want to switch sources, check the radar, go to the weather computer here. Future weather, let's show you what we can expect as we go over the next few days about the much talked about rain and how it's going to unfold. All right, so let's go to Tuesday evening, because let's just show you the storms this evening. They're not going to, eventually they're going to die out. They may have a slow death, but they're going to. So this had a little weakening earlier, but you get the gist of it here. Okay, so had it weaker coming into southwest, but the messaging here is those storms are going to die out between 11 and midnight at the latest, probably, and then we remain dry overnight across the state. Going into your Tuesday, pretty much dry. This messaging I've been trying to consistently convey here is we're going to have a lot of dry hours. Not saying we're not going to have some good rainfall out of this, but we're going to have a lot of dry hours. Yeah, then going into Tuesday evening, the storms start to develop out west, and they will move off to the east, northeast, into northwestern, move out of western Oklahoma into northwestern, north central, west central areas, maybe up towards Woodward, Canton, Watonga, eventually towards Enid, and we could have some stuff near the Oklahoma City Metro 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow evening, but it should be weakening by that time. So I mean, all in all, Tuesday shouldn't be nothing of much consequence. Then we go through Wednesday, okay? I could have some showers around. We'll see about that. I think the cap is going to be a factor and be pretty strong as we go through the day. I think we're going to see late day storms. Get enough forcing late, and this may still even be a little early. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I would say maybe off by just a hair, closer to sunset, a little after they get going, and then they'll move off to the east, linear squall line, and some hail and wind. We certainly could see any Boeing segments. I would be concerned with 75 plus mile an hour winds. Not necessarily saying it'll be widespread, but we could definitely see a damaging wind event out of this thing. Large hail, $half size. If not isolated spots larger, and perhaps a couple isolated tornadoes, and that's late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. And then we'll pick it up here from our little bit longer range model going into Thursday morning. You see that around sunrise, the heaviest activity is moving into for southeastern Oklahoma by that time, and for eastern Oklahoma, and it's quickly out of here. So again, likely see a squall line. This time on this model might be a little more accurate. It may be a late Wednesday thing. I wouldn't shock me if it's after 7 to 8, but just keeps a heads up around dinner time on Wednesday and beyond, and have ways to receive warnings during the overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, all right? Because we're going to have all modes possible, including hail, wind, and perhaps, like I said, a couple of tornadoes. All right, and then we go into Thursday, and you see, just as I've been saying, much of the day will be dry, will be A-OK. So if you have any plans, other than it being wet, where you get those heavy training storms, I think we'll be all right on Thursday. Okay, then we go to Friday. And you can see, once again, it's pretty much same thing again. Rinse and repeat. Late day event. Big old squall line develops southwest, and it will race east. Okay, and it could make central Oklahoma late evening into the overnight, maybe as late as 8 to 10 to 1 in the morning. Down towards southern Oklahoma, probably 11 to 1 a.m. with, again, I would say some severe weather is certainly possible out of this. Hail, wind, perhaps some localized flash flooding even. I know that's something hard to think about considering the drought situation, but when you have these heavy training storms over the same area, it'll do it, okay? And then we go into Saturday. I think storms will linger into mid-morning on Saturday, and then into southeastern Oklahoma early afternoon, and then they're out of here. That's pretty much it. Sunday, Easter Sunday, looks pretty nice at this point, and we'll see. Let's go to about 4 o'clock. Yeah, we're looking low 60s, and that's pretty much across the state. We may have a few 50s up northeast, upper 60s across the west, and maybe perhaps close to 70 up in the far northwest. So, and we will also have fairly light winds. We have occasional gusts around 15 to 20, but overall sustained in the 10 to 15 range out of the northeast under mostly sunny skies. So Easter Sunday will turn out pretty good as it looks right now. So now you're asking, now that we went through all that, and you know that it's not going to rain all day, every day, no matter what those doom and gloom maps tell you. Let's take a look at the breakdown. I might pull this up, pull this, go back here, change this, and take off that. All right, so this is the WPC Weather Prediction Center QPF map. And I want to, if I can do that so you can see the bar graph over here. Generally, we're going to see widespread rain, according to them. And it has trended a bit to the west. We talked about this yesterday, which is good, certainly good for our friends out in western Oklahoma. Could see maybe an inch and a quarter. Maybe even as far west as 183, and that would be amazing. That would be great news for western and southwestern Oklahoma. But you can see there's certainly a cutoff, and I talked about that. I've talked about that over the last few days too. I think there'll be a pretty good cutoff over west central into far western Oklahoma, where some folks only get about half an inch. Okay. Maybe even less. See that darker green towards Woodward? I mean, that may be half an inch or less. So again, there's going to be a tight gradient that's somewhere set up out west, and some folks aren't going to get near as much. That's just the gist of it. And I also want to stress, you see all these hot colors, the red there. I'm still not sold. We're in a drought. Okay, I'm not sold that we're going to see widespread to that degree. We'll see widespread 1 to 2. I'm pretty confident of that. But when you're dealing with this, that's going to take some time. Okay. And some folks over here, out here, even though they've seen a little bit of rain during this time, they've only had a couple inches in like 6 months. So that's bad. That's real bad. And so we're dealing with a significant drought, and we need to keep that in mind with all of this. Okay, so bottom line, moving forward, some severe storms tomorrow night, west, northwest, bigger severe weather event with heavy rainfall Wednesday night, Wednesday late evening into Thursday morning, hail, wind, perhaps a couple of tornadoes. Have ways to receive warnings while you sleep. And then we go into Thursday morning. I think the storms linger mid-morning, and then they're out of here. Okay. And much of Thursday will be dry and fine. Friday, most of the day, fine. May have some few showers around. And then bigger show again with more heavy rainfall, and some severe weather will come Friday evening into the overnight hours. Again, timing of this could change, and if it does, it could increase the severe weather some. So you just need to stay tuned, have multiple sources to receive warnings, and keep up with the forecast. Don't let this be the last forecast you see. Okay, it's that simple. We will see some flash flooding. I'm sure of that, especially when you see training of storms like could set up with this. Certainly possible. But do I think that we're going to see widespread 6, 8, 10-inch amounts like some were posting 5, 6 days ago? I really don't. Some folks could certainly see that much rainfall, but it's where those heavier bands set up and you see training of storms over and over. And you just really can't say that today. Okay. So I think a widespread across the state, 1 to 2 to perhaps 2.5 inches is certainly possible with locally higher amounts. And that's the best way to lay this out as of Monday evening. So, and again, still expect some severe weather. So we are entering the month of April. And if you lived here for any length of time, you know the drill. Okay. So it is now 8:34, and I think we've covered it pretty well. So you know what to do. You know that we're going to have heavy rain. We're going to have some severe weather. And before we go, I'll show you my 7-day forecast. It's a bit of a messy one, but I'm trying to break it down here for you. We're going to go 84 for tomorrow. Got that 30% chance of storms, mainly west and northwest. I think most of us, especially down south, will stay dry during the daylight hours tomorrow. Can't rule out a renegade storm nearby late Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. But again, I think most of us are dry. Most of the daylight hours on Wednesday are dry. And then we get into Thursday, Wednesday night and Thursday. That's when the storm chances increase 60%, if not higher, by Wednesday night, overnight, and then 80% into the early morning hours of Thursday, and then tapering off through the morning hours. Okay, and then we pretty much same thing. Again, we'll see into stay dry pretty much during the daylight hours of Friday. Can't rule out a few showers, but main show again will come Friday night into Saturday morning. Okay, with another squall line with heavy rainfall, perhaps some flash flooding, severe weather, large hail, damaging winds, and I would not rule out a tornado threat with that event. We got to watch timing on that. With that system on Friday, timing is going to be critical. Okay, Saturday with the current timing, storm should be out of here by mid to late morning. Lingering showers in the afternoon, especially southeast, and then we dry out and have a pretty nice Easter Sunday with mid to upper 60s and some light northeast winds around 10 to 15. And pretty nice Monday as well, with highs up in the low 70s. So, again, we've got some heavy rain moving in, which we desperately need, and a little bit of severe weather with it, which, what should you expect for the 1st of April in Oklahoma? So, there you go. That's the forecast in a nutshell. And I hope you stay tuned. I'm going to try to do these some more often so I can keep you abreast of our Oklahoma weather, which is ever changing. And thank you for following, and I'll be talking to you soon.